I chair the steering committee for the conference, and I'm one of the members. This goes back a long time. It started when I was an assistant dean at Brooklyn College and was responsible for shepherding the school through NCATE, which is the National College of Accreditation for Teacher Education, National Council. And it was so horrific, and I hated it so much that I decided to write about it, and that led to the book Teaching by Numbers. I really explored how audit culture and accountability and standards and all the ed reforms under No Child Left Behind were really taking us on a very bad road. And I predicted a lot of what's come to pass, which is that schools of education bought into all of these reforms as a way in their mind to stave off privatization and corporatization, and in the very process opened up the floodgates for those corporations to come into the university. I was a high school teacher for almost 20 years, and I started a high school in Bushwick, New York called the Bushwick School for Social Justice. And I saw these reforms affect that school. I saw them affecting teachers everywhere. I saw it affecting teacher education and just turning all of it into the most stripped down, minimalist kind of curriculum and pedagogy you can imagine. We had wonderful ideas for teaching English and social studies. And the first thing that hit us was what was called Ramp Up to Literacy, which required us to have a particular kind of curriculum which limited what we could do in the classroom. And as the years progressed, with the emphasis on testing and quality review and annual progress, more and more teachers and principals understandably felt the pressure to perform so that they could get good grades. And what that did was it shifted the focus away from experimenting and developing curricula and pedagogies that were really appropriate for the kids that we were working with. The focus shifted to making sure that they passed the tests because that's what they needed to do. And that was presented under the guise of, but we're helping the kids because they have to pass the tests. So, in a sense, under the guise of altruism, education was being destroyed. Public education should afford all children what the sons and daughters of the wealthy receive. We believe in equal educational opportunity. What ed reformers have done has changed the conversation to focus on this illusory equal educational results, as if the test score gaps will close, as if everything will be taken care of if we just follow what they want us to do. So not only is it hypocritical, it's going to have the reverse effect. So for me, public education should provide all students the vast opportunities provided the people who have money. In my view, unions are the voice of public school teachers or professors or counselors. They represent us, and they should be doing everything possible to ensure that we can provide the best possible conditions for students. And that's not where their focus has been. So their focus has been on raising the bar or standards or holding teachers to greater accountability. There are terrible teachers out there, everyone knows that. There are terrible doctors, terrible lawyers, terrible ministers, terrible politicians, blah, blah, blah. Teachers by and large are more trusted than any other profession by the public. They do an amazing job. They're the only group I know who actually tries to breathe to keep alive the little flickering light of intellectual life in this country. Nobody else does it. Bankers don't invite people to come together to talk about books with kids. Teachers do it. They reach out to kids. They want to be with them. They want to discuss ideas. And we don't value that, and the union should do everything possible to value that, to talk about it, to convey the message of what we're about as teachers. I think coming to a meeting like this makes me think that things can happen. I think when small groups of people get together and they talk about this, that's a good thing. Reclaim the conversation on education. We can do this.